Hi, I'm Paul Butler. I'm one of the client partners at New Leaf Training and Development, and I'm delighted to be joined today by Cindy Stafford, who's the Director of Human Resources with the City of Lynwood here in Southern California, an organization that I'm absolutely delighted to say are a client of ours. Hey, Cindy, the purpose of these Take Fives is really to give people some practical help, provide some hope, and even sprinkle a little bit of humour. So the one question I've got for you that I'd love you to just run with for about 4 minutes or so, because we do call these Take Five for a reason. And here's the question. What would you say, Cindy, that you're learning personally, professionally, and even as an organisation during these rather challenging days that you think would be helpful, hopeful, or even humorous? And tell us a little bit more about the City of Lynwood as well, Cindy, and what you do specifically and who you serve. So over to you, Cindy, and I'll wrap it up when we're done.
Thanks, Paul, and I appreciate you inviting me here. So the City of Lynwood is in southwest LA County. We have about 85,000 residents, but it's a very small 5 square miles, so we're very densely packed. It's a very well-run, stable city, the one and stable population. Our workforce, we have a full-service workforce, except for we do contract out police and fire with LA County Sheriffs. Otherwise, everything else is done in-house. I'm the Director of Human Resources and Risk Management, and so we provide full cradle and grave human resources work, from hiring all the way to, we say, from hiring to retiring. We have 2 labor unions, very good relationships with them, a 5-member council, and a rotating mayor. So pretty standard general city in this California. So the COVID-19 pandemic, I think the biggest challenge was very rapidly moving our workforce from working at home to working from working in the office to working at home. And those of people like myself, children, all of the children are also at home doing school. So what we had to do was balance, very traditionally, we had a very traditional work schedule, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Thursday. And sometimes that didn't work. And I had two school-age children. I need to take 2 3-hour breaks sometimes to help them with projects. So we had to talk to the supervisors and say, it's okay if they do work at 9 o'clock at night. As long as they're putting in their full 10 hours, just relax and lighten up. We need to be a little bit more flexible. And I think that was the biggest thing is, I would say all along, just let's slowly roll. Let's, try and figure this out. We're not doing surgery here. We're serving our constituents. It's extremely important. But, no one's going to live or die. Let's slow down. Let's say, okay, let's see if you can work remotely. Because all the supervisors said, no, they can't work remotely. And I'm like, well, let's try it and see how that goes. Let's be flexible about the work hours. Sometimes people need to come into the office. So it's one person at a time. It's okay if they come in as long as they sanitize and do all those kinds of things. So that was a little bit of a challenge. I think the biggest thing was communicating with the employees. I put up a weekly Ask the HR Director conference call. And we have this thing we call an alert. Essentially, it's text alerts if you're familiar with the text alert system, but it's only for our employees. So we have a huge, over 50% of our population does not have email addresses. So I set up a text alert system. I text them. I have a weekly conference call. Employees can call in and ask me any questions. And I get all kinds of questions, from the federal leaves to how's my family doing to, what are we returning to work? I need more masks, all those kinds of things. And if it gets confidential, I take the call offline, but I've been doing that for the last 4 or 5 weeks. I think this is my 5th time doing it. And every time I get employees calling in. So that would be one of the things I think we did very successfully. And of course, the Lynn Alert system where we're texting our employees. I do things like, you're amazing. For those of you who are working, we appreciate you. It's little things like that. Or the order to stay home has been extended by the county, so we're not returning to work when we said we were. Little things like that. I think the funny thing is all of us learning how to Zoom and WebEx is probably the funniest. We're talking away on mute. I changed my virtual background. I'm invisible. Little things like that, and just going with the flow what has been my recommendation. Let me see what else. What else is funny? Oh yeah, my dog. I'm doing a web conference for 100 people, and my dog flips out. And you can't mute your dog, right? So everyone just starts laughing, and I end up picking him up and holding him and petting him till he calms down. So I think that all of us have to deal with that. I can't really lock my dog in a room. I guess could, but I wouldn't. He's old. Um, I don't really know too much else other than those kinds of little stories that we're all going through and just sort of managing the day to day.
That's brilliant. Well, really, on behalf of everyone that watches these, Cindy, thanks ever so much for your insights. And again, thank you for the great work that you're doing at the City of Lynwood. And again, thanks everybody for tuning into this. I hope it was very useful. I hope it gave them a little bit of hope, a little bit of practical help, and also a little bit of humour as well. So thanks ever so much, Cindy. I really wish you a wonderful rest of the day.
Thank you. Same to you, Paul.